Hi,
Yeah, some of
hi,
these streams I wonder. Hello,
hi, guys.
everyone. Welcome,
Welcome
welcome,
in.
welcome to the villainous escapade that is going to be
Yeah.
this show.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I am Bloomin' Cheesa, Hades Lackey. There's
Yeah.
Mike. He's living Koala over there. Koala.
Yes. Love Cruella. The live
um,
action version, actually.
Now, it would be funny if they kind of like they have like Toontown. What if
Mm.
they made something like that in, like, a corner of Villain Land, where
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of the villains they didn't really touch that much on, but are still
Mm.
pretty popular, probably.
It's a good idea. Good
I
idea.
know Koala is big enough that she would have
Cruella.
her own
Yes.
section, kinda
Yes.
like Tomorrowland.
Yes. Yes.
Or
Now,
Frontierland.
okay. So with Villain's Land,
Yes.
we were talking about this yesterday via things.
Yes.
Now, how would you want the entrance to look like? Would you want it
Weirdly,
like Wonderland,
I want
or
them
would
to
you want
make
it to
you
look like
think.
mysterious?
I want them to make you think that they're spoofing off of Disney.
Okay.
Funniest thing.
Okay.
So, a second Main Street, villain style.
Mm. Ooh,
Now, here
I
I
like
want that
that.
to be almost like the stem. Hello, Mickey. Hello, Kelly. Kelly. Kelly.
Hello, Kelly, the Mickey Bunch. Welcome in.
I want that to
Ooh,
be almost like the stem. Is my thought. That's
yeah.
going to be a very big road. That's
Okay.
going to be the main parade route.
Okay.
But I'm going to have it look almost like a flower spreading outwards,
Okay.
where
What kind
there's
of
going to be
flower?
loops that
Okay.
go in and out.
Okay.
On parade times, you're only able to walk one way.
Nice.
That will allow it to have the loop. Then they could do like go cross over and do another loop. The parade route
Wonderful.
would be the longest parade route Disney has ever made,
That would be really cool though,
and then
because
end up coming right back down Main Street again.
yeah, well, you wouldn't be able to call it Main Street. You would have to call it something else.
Villain Street or something unique
Mm,
that they would think of.
something villainous.
Something
I don't
very
know. Hi,
evil.
Jonathan Shaw. Welcome
Hello,
in.
Jonathan. So that
Welcome
was
in.
my thought. Instead of using the spoke system that
Right,
Disney originally used, use a
right.
flower system that would be allowed you to use the parade routes more often.
Let me ask you this question
Or
now. Good.
have more than one parade happen at once.
Oh, I'm in on that. More than one
You
per
have to
well,
watch one or the other, but you can't watch both.
ooh, I like that.
Or you can kind of, but not the whole thing of both.
Okay, Jonathan saying Mean Street. I
Mean
don't know.
Street.
I don't
That's kind
know.
of
That's kind of
funny. I
tacky.
like it, kind of.
I like it, but it's to
Eh,
me.
I don't know.
What do you
Could that
think?
be Mean Girls? I don't know. I don't really like
I
that
mean,
movie.
Mean Girls. Oh
Yeah,
my
that would be
lord.
like Mean Girls. Would it be Mean Street? No.
No, no. Wait a minute.
So,
Wait a minute.
here's my
Wait a minute.
question. There was a name for it. Did you ever remember watching Descendants?
I never watched any of them.
Descendants had a villain area that had street names, and I don't remember what they are.
Anybody know? Because I've never watched
What was the main street on the villain land?
wait a minute. They could do the Descendants Land.
Wasn't it a Lost Island or something like that?
That was for
No, the Lost Island, it
not
was
Treasure
something
Island.
strange,
Not
and it was in a bubble that they always kept the villains in it. In the first Descendants movie,
mm,
then the first
you're
movie was
right,
them
because
going out of that bubble
I did remember a clip
a little bit.
of showing the difference,
Mhm.
between the heroes and the villains, and
You would love Descendants really because it is a lot of a musical, really.
I love
It's
musicals
a
anyway.
musical, and it's
I wanna
based
see the
upon
new
heroes
one.
and villains.
Now, let me ask you this question. How should I watch it? In order, or should I start with the latest one, which is gonna be about Queen of Hearts, which I can't wait.
Yeah, I can't wait for that one. I would recommend watching it from 1 to the, 1
1,
to
2, 3. Okay.
yeah, 1, 2, 3. maybe. Yeah, I don't remember if there was a TV show or not. I
It
don't
was.
remember.
It basically was a Disney movie for
Yeah,
the Disney Channel,
yeah.
if I remember. What about this? Okay, okay. Now we know that each park has with a landmark. We know that Magic Kingdom is the Cinderella's castle. We know that
Yep.
Epcot Spaceship Earth. We know that the Hollywood Studios has
Tower. Tower.
Tower. We know that the Animal Kingdom has the tree. Villain's Land. What is gonna
Here's my
be
question, though.
landmark?
With the way we were thinking about it yesterday,
Mm-hmm.
there wouldn't be a landmark. I'm sorry.
Which one?
Because remember, it was going to be right next. There's a big, huge open
Right,
space
right,
right next to Tiana's, where they
right,
just basically opened up the spot.
right.
Right next to it,
Yeah.
there's trees and nothing.
Wait a minute. There is one. Wait a minute. You could do the Sleepy Hollow tree for that.
You could do Sleepy Hollow. There's a thought.
You know what?
Sleepy Hollow.
Mm-hmm.
Or
That's an idea.
bring
Or
back Ichabod's
Headless Horseman.
Headless Horseman.
Mmm.
Sleepy
That would
Hollow.
be but how would you do meet and greet with that? I don't know.
I don't know.
Now,
Now,
with the wait a minute.
bring him back.
If they were to bring back Mr. Toad's Wild Ride,
Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. That they made a ride off of it.
A lot of people would love it.
They would love it. It was a classic.
Absolutely, it was. Now, wait a minute. I just thought of another villain, Heffalumps and Woozles.
Heffalumps and Woozles. Do 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 do.
Sigh. I'm sorry, but I
yes.
Sigh.
Heffalumps and Woozles.
Yeah.
But on Heffalumps and Woozles, right now,
Right.
I think they have an area for it in Magic Kingdom.
Yes,
which is the Smell-a Elephants.
Smell-a-phants.
Yes.
Smell-a-phants.
Smell-a-phants on parade. Yes.
Yes. Now, okay. So we are walking into Villain's Land. Now, here is what I'm thinking. Now, we know we're going to need rides, food, and shows and things like that, as well as merchandise. Now,
exploring areas.
You're going to need stuff for kids, obviously.
Stuff for
You're going to need bathrooms. You're going to need water fountains, all that kind of stuff. You're going to need like certain things. Now, here is my question with this. Here is my vision for this. Okay. You enter into Villain's Land. To your left is the classic villains from the black and white era.
Oh.
You go through that era. Then in the next era, you would go into the Evil Queen. You would go into Chernabog. You would go into that era.
Okay.
Then in the next era, you would do Sleeping Beauty, Cinderella.
Yep.
And all of those. Then, well, let's see, live action. I don't know how you would do it, but then you go right into the Renaissance, which is Little Mermaid, Lion King, Pocahontas, all of those.
Yeah.
Then you go into Pixar, and you get all the Pixar villains. Then,
oh boy.
Then you go into the last one, which is right now, which would be Wishes. What do you think?
It could work, and that would allow them to make a castle.
True, but what? Because there's so many.
Here's the problem with that.
Many villains.
You can't really make another castle. It's already in a land that has a castle.
Right, but
you can't make another.
But which castle would you want to use?
You can't. Yeah.
You're gonna need a landmark that everybody knows.
The one I would have probably hoped you use is from Weirdly Wish.
You know, I was thinking of that one.
Yep.
Because when I saw
And
that
then you'd be
castle,
able to walk around that room that had all those balls that had your
yeah,
memories
all
in
the
them.
way up top.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Yeah. Now, the question is, what rides do you use? What
Really,
it's
there.
hard because
Beauty and the Beast has a castle because it has a restaurant in it.
yes, yes, Beauty and the Beast have their
Where's
castle.
that at? Magic
Mm,
Kingdom, right?
yes. Hmm.
There's already 2 castles in Magic Kingdom. There could
Yeah.
be a third.
What about? Wait a
It's
minute.
possible.
What about using the elephant graveyard for this?
Elephant Graveyard would work.
It's so tricky to figure out a good landmark for this because once we nail the landmark, then we can start spacing out lands and things. You know what I mean?
Might be an
Hmm.
idea to kind of theme it to what they whoop, what they already had for Descendants, maybe?
Did they have a castle for descendants?
No, but they had a whole city.
Wait a minute. That's an idea.
Makes
I
a
like
city.
that idea.
And
You
they
know
already
what?
have areas for Cruella de Vil. They
Make
already
a
have
city
areas
out
for
of
all the
it.
main characters.
Wait a minute. You could really do something within a city.
Yeah, you could.
You know what? That would work. A city would
And then
work.
if I'm gonna do the city, I would want one of 2 things to be as
Yeah.
the main item in the center.
What's that?
Hello, Christmas
Hello,
and
Denison
Pizza.
Baker. How are you
Yeah, that
doing
would
making magic
be
today?
I would
How are you
wanna
doing? It's good to see
I
you.
would want something in the center that would signify that it is
Villains.
villains. So,
Wait a minute. What about this?
what about Maleficent's tower?
That would work.
Her
What about
castle.
the forest in Sleeping Beauty that she
Good.
tries
I want something
yeah,
elaborate, like really large. A
like
lot.
huge?
Huge. Here's my thought.
Okay. What's your vision?
My vision. We didn't eat. We talked about it.
Wonderful.
We went to
That's
Disney.
great.
Yeah, that's great. We were
Yeah.
thinking about using off brands also.
Mm.
So, what if we went towards something people would not expect?
All
Put
right.
the Death Star right in the center as an
They are.
interactive
You
ride
know what?
with
That's not a
walk
bad
around area.
idea.
A
You
lot
know
of a walk
what?
around area, but interactive ride for Vader.
You know, but I would think that would be over in Hollywood Studios.
You would think so, but he's a villain.
True, and so are the stormtroopers.
Yes.
Hmm.
And another thought is they've
Mhm.
put Moana in 3 different lands now, or 2
Right.
different lands, 2, 3.
Well,
She will be in
in,
another land.
she's in Epcot right now.
And they're making one for Animal
She's
Kingdom
gonna
for her.
be in Animal Kingdom.
Yes, and then they already have
Good.
her in, let me think,
Of
Hollywood
course.
Studios, I think.
Hmm.
All 3. Yeah,
Mm.
all but Magic Kingdom.
Well,
So,
let's see. The Death Star would be good, but
Moana doesn't really have a villain, though. But that's like I said,
right.
they were already put Moana in 3, so why not put another franchise into 2 different lands?
Right.
So, what is the biggest income franchise that is bringing in? That would be Magic Kingdom, that would be Guardians of the Galaxy, or not
Yeah.
Guardians of the Galaxy, but Star Wars,
Star Wars. Yeah.
Galaxy's Edge.
And Pixar.
So, what if yes, but what if they made either a big, huge, kinda like a block castle that would be Toy Story, but it'd be based upon the villains?
What about Sid?
Could be Sid. It
Sid's
could
room
be
would be a perfect.
it could be that shop that we got to explore in the last movie that was a bunch of horror people.
You mean the antique shop
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
Gabby and the man?
Yeah,
Let me
Gabby.
tell you, honestly, guys, that scene creeped me out so.
Ooh.
Ooh, you want to talk about creep? Yeah, that.
Yeah. Why
I
not
mean,
make it
I
so the
live with
ride goes
3,
through?
but,
The ride
I would say
goes
to
through that area.
make it a game.
Ooh, it could make
Make
it a
it a
game, but
game.
hmm,
That could be a ride to try to beat her out.
yeah,
Hmm.
I don't know.
I don't
Anyway,
know.
or we could do something on the line of Emperor Zurg's fortress
True,
could
you
be the
could.
center.
You could.
Another thing would be Star Wars, which would
Right.
be a few things. One
Yeah.
of them being a big, huge ball, which it would
Yeah.
look kind of like Epcot in a way,
Yeah. Mhm. Mhm.
but it would
Yeah.
be the Death Star.
Yeah, you could.
And
Ooh! I
yeah.
just thought of a good ride. The mice getting away from Lucifer.
Oh,
Not a bad idea. That could be but we need Yzma's ride.
Yzma would be great. I'm thinking she
We
might
have to
even
do pull the lever, Kronk, wrong lever. I mean, come on, that's classic.
that is true, and I want
We've
her to
done that
have
before.
more than one drop on hers.
Mhm.
The first drop will be the pull the crank, pull the lever, and then
Pull the lever, Kronk.
it'll go up and down, up and down, up and down, and it'll start climbing.
Uh-huh.
And then it will drop just almost like
And then
Splash
you don't
Mountain,
know which
or
way it's gonna go.
it'll go just like Tiana's
Mhm.
and go over the cliff.
Yep. Mhm.
So that I'm thinking, I want that vision of that Yzma's ride.
Oh, absolutely.
I want it to be front and center. That is what you see when you go right down the main street of
That's not a bad idea. Now I like that
it's
because
visual. It's high.
yeah,
It'd be almost like it's a different kind of Splash Mountain,
yeah,
you know, Yzma's ride.
yeah,
Uh,
absolutely.
also, why not have it so on the side of it you can see the little like a little tiny town that is from the ride from the movie.
Emperor's New Groove.
Yeah,
Yeah.
from the Emperor's New Groove, there was a little town that was up on a hill.
Now, I'm thinking for other villains, I'm thinking, well, we already have Gaston's Tavern over in the Beauty and
I'm
the Beast.
thinking since I'm using the flower pattern going straight through,
Mhm.
I
Right.
want it to start out at the very beginning. My vision would be
Yeah.
2 theaters.
Okay.
It's gonna be playing older movies that usually probably are gonna be black and white, but it
Good
is
idea.
classic
Yeah.
movies.
Okay.
One of them, weirdly, I want them to, like, have Fantasia playing almost all
Oh,
the time.
absolutely.
I
Yes.
would sit in there for so long just watching Fantasia.
I
Yeah.
just need to see one scene and that's it, which is
Yep.
the mouse in the
I would
balloon.
watch the
Hi,
whole
Debbie. It's good to see you.
Hello, Debbie.
Man.
And then the other one would be something else, but they would always have it
Yeah.
so it would be marquee, and then that. And then, I'm thinking
Mhm.
also right after that would probably be either one side will probably be shops and then
Right.
walk through areas, maybe make it so you know what,
Yeah.
weirdly,
What?
I want this land to be one of the only lands that is mostly covered all the time
I like that because of the rain and stuff.
because the rain. Now think
Not
of
a bad
Tokyo
idea.
Disney has their downtown Disney underneath the cover the whole time.
Yeah.
Why don't we do that?
Why
Have it
not?
so there's projections that go to the ceiling at certain times of
Ooh,
the day.
I like
They
that.
have shows up there.
I like that.
It's a different idea on that part.
Mhm.
And it would be a covered area that you would also be able to basically make it so your parades will not get rained out.
Right.
They're going through as covered area.
Yeah. Because I know in Tokyo they have places like that
Yes, they do.
that are. Wait a minute. What if you were to make one of the spots Ursula's vanity and stuff, with the inner garden and stuff, with the thingies in there, with the Flotsam and Jetsam, and you get to interact with her
Yeah.
in that sort of way.
I would want probably
because we're gonna need character
Things
meet
that
and
are
greet.
devoted to villainous or
Mhm.
villain people.
Yeah.
Um, Dr. Facilier, I do want him to have his own
I
park.
want him to either have a ride or to have a meet and greet,
Have a meet and
and
greet, have a ride. I wanna see him. I wanna be on his ride. Um,
see all the,
yes.
thingies
Yep.
that will
You're
have all
traveling through
Tiana
space
throughout the movie.
into the other
Yeah.
world, basically,
Mhm. Yeah.
which is gonna be interesting. How will they depict that?
Oh, and eating a bug on the same day. Remember, don't an underworld. I like that. I'm liking the city idea.
Yeah, city
Really,
could work, underworld
really
would
am.
work.
Mm-hmm.
It's a thought.
Trying to think of what else.
What one area would
Right.
all the villains kind of meet,
Yeah, congregate.
congregate? I
Mhm.
can think of one place,
Where's that?
Hades' lair, the underworld itself.
That's an idea.
Maybe have it so that would be this
Hmm.
main instead of
Yeah.
Isla. We're having big, huge tower of what looks to be
You
the
know, that
underworld,
would be a good idea.
depicted exactly like in the movie.
Right. Right.
Would be nice.
Pain and Panic can be meet and greets with them.
Pain and Panic could be meet and greets. They're probably going to have a animatronic Cerebius,
Yeah, that's
three-headed
fine.
dog.
It's
Yep.
fine. As long as it sniffs, I'm fine.
Yep.
Doggy, cute.
Yes. Very, very big dog.
Ooh, what about this for the Cruella? You know how in the movie she
Hmm.
wait a minute. Do you remember
He's
at
never depicted as having a house.
Cruella,
Yeah.
her big mansion that she
I guess
found
so. Well,
in
we
Hell?
haven't mentioned it. Well, I guess she got it at the
She
end.
did. She got it at the end.
She won it off of the other chick that was thought she was worse, but
She did. She did. But
um,
that would be a good place to do a meet and
oh,
greet.
that's an idea.
You could. I mean, the round table of Disney villains. That's an idea. But then who do you
Ooh,
but then who do you pick? Because there were so many
no,
villains that we all love.
round table. So Sorcerer's Stone.
I never watched that.
Oh,
I never watched Sorcerer's
Knights of the
Stone.
Round Table. It depicts some of that in it.
I get it. I get. Wait
Merlin and
a
all that.
minute. Wait a minute.
Meh.
Round table of Disney villains, but then you have so many. Which ones are the most iconic? And I can think of a bunch.
Yeah.
You don't want to leave one
Maleficent.
out. Maleficent, Evil
Maleficent.
Queen, Lady Tremaine, Ursula, Scar, the Cruella. I mean, there are so many, and it's like, who do you pick? Because you know that you're gonna get somebody mad,
Yeah.
but it's like
Dr. Facilier.
Dr. Facilier, definitely. He's got to be one of them.
Probably, but he never really is depicted as have very much power. He got defeated by frogs.
That's true. But he was a good villain though.
He was a good villain,
He
yes.
really was. Doom would be a good villain.
No, wait.
Wait a minute. Doom would
He
be
was, like,
perfect for
underrated
this.
because he didn't show his power.
Doom would be perfect for this. From Roger Rabbit.
Oh, yeah.
Doom would be perfect for this because if they do the dip scene right, like they did in Disneyland last year for Halloween, people were going crazy over it. I
And
mean,
then
like,
another thought I was thinking,
yeah.
what if we had it so sometimes this so-called Knights of the Round Table, there's someone that has a coup and takes over one of the spots.
Ooh, I like that.
So what would happen? The whole land would change in that section because what I'm thinking is like I tried to explain it to Mike earlier.
Yeah.
I want to put it so all of the facades of all of the small time buildings, not the majors like the rides, but the small time buildings that you always
Switch on a
see.
dime.
What
Like
if they
you
were
really do.
magnetized and they could be
Right.
pulled up like a pulley system and clipped in on the
Oh,
top?
that's an idea. I like that
And then
because
it's interchangeable.
mhm.
And you can make different facades for the buildings you have.
Okay. What do you think of what the Debbie just put? I would love to see a Parker land where evil
Yes,
villains
that
better
could
than good.
work. Now,
That's a good
villains
one.
versus heroes, we didn't really dive into it, but
No, we
man,
didn't.
wouldn't that be a cool park?
That
Now, if
would.
that happens, I
Mhm.
want it split exactly in half. I'm talking
Absolutely.
the main street that you see, you get to see hero on one side and villain on the other.
Yes.
And then once it splits, heroes will get to go to one side, villains the other.
The
Now,
other.
if I agree to that, I want to
Mhm.
see lands that we have not seen before in any park.
I know one land that needs to have
Hercules.
Wonderland. Oh no, wait a minute.
Hercules,
We have one.
Wonderland, Neverland,
I want to see Neverland
all
badly. Let me tell
three.
you. I want to see the house. I want to see Nana. I'm not kidding. Thank you very much.
Hercules, and it has it so it's depicted as being Greece.
Yes.
Wouldn't that be fun to look at?
Oh my gosh. And the muses would to come out and
Yep, yep,
sing.
yep. The muses would come out and
Dr.
sing.
Facilier
No,
on the other
yes,
side.
the muses would come out and sing, and then you would also get to see the spinster sisters. You never get to see them.
No.
Never.
What about this one? Dr. Facilier on the other side.
Oh, and then they would have
Wait a minute. I know something
okay,
that's never
so
been done.
okay. Heroes and villains, okay,
Okay.
going throughout the center,
Yeah.
and then it's kind of splits, and it
Split.
goes the heroes and villains stages. But right in the center, in the front,
Mhm.
there is an area dedicated to mock battle area.
I like it.
So you would get to see a mock battle a lot of either Hercules versus Hades
Mhm.
or another whatever iconic battle that there was.
But how would you do Simba with Scar? That would be
Oh.
tricky.
Now, here's the
They would
problem
have
with
to
that
animate
one.
it.
There, we could make a Pride Rock and a graveyard.
That would work. Wait a minute. I see where you're going with this. Put the good side with the evil side on the other
But
side.
that is
That
where they
makes sense.
that's where they would connect in the back.
Wait a
Pride
minute.
Rock with the
The
graveyard.
elephant graveyard.
That way, when you go drop off of Pride Rock and its ride, you can see
The
the
elephant
graveyard
graveyard.
from there, and
The
that is
hyena.
it
We
looks
need
like
the
it's dark,
hyena. Oh,
just like the movie.
wait a minute.
It's
The
shaded.
one scene that they have to do in the villain side for Lion King, if they were to do this, you have to do Timon doing the hula. I'm not kidding you. Now that would be funny
Timon and Pumbaa,
with puppets.
they've been known to come out at Animal Kingdom.
I know, and I so want to see the scene
I don't
with
know if
them.
I want to see them leave that because they're more like nature. I
Well,
can see
yeah,
it.
but you gotta have Timon do the hula.
Maybe they should have it so he
Hmm.
was depicted as doing Be Our Guest in the new movie. If you haven't seen it, I recommend watching it.
Which one?
The Lion King live action.
Oh, which scene? The one where he's doing the hula?
Very end, and he was usually around the hula scene. They changed it up and made it so he did Be Our Guest.
Wait a minute. Did they do the small world joke?
Timon did Be Our Guest, and Pumbaa was a pig with a pineapple stuck in its mouth.
Did they do the Zazu joke?
What?
You know which Zazu joke I'm talking about, right?
They didn't have Zazu that much.
Sing something with a little bounce in it. It's a small world after all. No. Anything but that. You remember that scene? I
don't remember Zazu that much in that movie.
That was one of the funnier ones.
I think it's kind of like they
I
took
love
them
that
out.
scene.
I'm sorry, but
They took it out. That's very famous.
took
Rude.
Zazu out.
What? Really?
Almost. I think he's
This
not
is
very much.
not
He's not a prominent character in that movie.
the title?
Not as much. He's still
Mm.
there, I think, but he's not there as the main one of the antagonists.
That was one of the most hilarious
I know,
jokes
but
I've ever
they
seen in
kept
my life.
Timon and Pumbaa.
It was hilarious.
Okay, you gotta pick and choose. It's
I
kind of
know.
it's kind of like
Ooh,
debating what is better, the
I know
live
what
action
you
Moana,
do
the
for
live
Neverland.
live
I know-
action
Yeah.
Mulan or the cartoon Mulan. What is better?
Cartoon.
A lot of people say live action. They made more money.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this question.
And I don't agree with it because there was no dragon at all.
That's not good.
They took him out.
Mushu was a big part of that.
Mushu.
I bet you people.
Yes, they did have the cricket, but he did not speak like usual. But
Right. Ooh, I just thought of a great idea for this heroes versus villains thing. You have Neverland on one side and Skull Rock on the other, with Captain Hook with the ship, with Tinkerbell inside, and TikTok comes out.
could work. Yeah.
And
I
then
want
he-
him as a beatable character too. There was a Peter Pan movie at one time that depicted TikTok being a statue in a town.
Okay. That's
What
fair.
if they made that town?
That's fair. It's fair.
It was a live action.
I know.
It's a thought because you would be able to walk up to a statue of TikTok.
And I would give him a big hug.
You would be able to.
Mm-hmm. Not a bad idea. Okay.
You're like, oh, well.
What if, now, with Wonderland, you could do Wonderland, and then you could do the Queen of Hearts croquet game with the cards.
Could.
What do you think?
Could, but Wonderland was kind of confusing.
Maleficent Castle with.
What about Mad Hatter? Just have it so Mad Hatter has his house. It looks like a house with has a bunch of hats stacked on top of it.
What about the garden party scene in that movie?
Garden party scene was fun.
But I think they do that in Disneyland anyway.
Oh, better yet.
What?
Outside seating, and it's gonna be the Mad Tea Party.
Now that sounds like fun.
And it will have the food that you would expect at a Mad Tea Party.
The Dormouse has to be inside the teapot, of course.
Yep.
Mad Hatter's on one side, Alice is on another.
And they should have their own shop that you're able to buy some of the items from.
You need everybody in that scene. Tweedledee, Tweedledum. The caterpillar. You know what? You need the caterpillar and you need the Cheshire Cat.
And the cool thing is,
now, who are you? One of my favorite
it's going to be most of the main characters from that movie, and it's going to be a meet and greet dinner.
I want to meet the caterpillar so bad.
They are not only going to be.
That's not a bad idea for character meet and greet.
They're not only going to be meet and greeting you, it's going to be a table that you cannot see the end of.
Now that sounds like fun.
And there's going to be, let's say everyone gets to sit at one table because there's only one table for the whole restaurant.
Of course, yes.
And it stretches on forever, really, really thin, really, really long.
Yeah.
And you get to sit, there's going to be every other seat is going to be character and person. So you get to have two characters beside you at all times that is eating and having tea with you at the same time.
I'm in. May
it be Mad Hatter himself.
I'd rather have Caterpillar.
May it be Caterpillar. May it be anyone from that movie.
Tweedledee.
And then here's the cool thing.
What's that?
They not only sit there for a while after the so-called have their sip of tea, they stand up, the characters do, and they walk around and meet and greet everyone in that table.
I'm in.
So you get to have two experiences in one.
I'm in. A dinner and a
Here's
show.
my problem.
I'm in.
How expensive do you expect to pay for this? Something
Can
like
I say something on that? Okay, for that, I would say at least $60 to $70.
I
But
would probably see that. Yeah, Humpty Dumpty. Well, yes, he is a Disney character for the first
true,
one was.
true.
Second and third one, I think, were Shrek. That's DreamWorks.
Yeah,
Yes.
that was DreamWorks.
But
Sorry.
I think it
Shrek was
originally
not
started as Disney.
Shrek. Shrek's never been Disney.
Because no, but Humpty Dumpty was before Shrek was alive.
Yeah.
Humpty Dumpty was there.
Yes.
I think I don't remember what it was called, but it was
Mm,
when they made
it was the Three Little Pigs.
when they
With
made the
the
Three
Red
Little
Wolf.
Pigs, and
Mhm.
that was Disney. Look it
Right.
up. Not
Mhm.
very many people know that.
It's still on Disney Plus, believe it or not.
Still on Disney Plus. Not many
Mhm.
people know that. The Three Little Pigs, the black and white old one,
Yes.
that was 1950s-ish Disney,
Mhm.
or
It
1940s-ish
was.
Disney, probably. 30.
Ooh. Hmm. I don't think I'd wanna do
What
that one.
if
I'm trying to think of other
what if they tried to do something they have not done before?
what if they were to do Andy's house as well as Sid's house?
They could, and they're right next to each other.
Mhm.
And another thought is,
'Cause you gotta have Sid. You have to.
not in Villain's Land, but what if they made in the hero part
Mhm.
Oswald the rabbit?
Now that would be smart.
The land.
I know somebody who
I
would
don't know
go
what would be
do
the opposite of that, it would probably be Pete, probably,
yes, yeah.
or yes, because Pete owned
Pete and the Big Bad
steamboat.
Wolf.
Pete owned the steamboat and Steamboat
Yes.
Willie. So,
Wait
what
a
if
minute,
they
you could
made a
wait a minute.
steamboat?
You could do Steamboat Willie on one side and Pete on the other.
Yeah, could, but Pete owned the steamboat.
Mm,
Mickey was working for Pete in that movie. If you look at it
well,
correctly, he
yes,
was.
yes. Trying to think of another character meet and greet you could do.
Oh, I
Cruella
can
would be
think
a
of
good
one.
one. Be the one
Chip and
Cruella.
Dale Rescue Rangers. They do have a little bit of a land
Yes, they
at,
do.
at Toontown, and that's only in Disneyland.
Yeah, I know. Mm,
What if they made one in Disney World that is
that would be
bigger,
fun.
better, and more exuberant?
That would be fun. You know what, Richard? What about this?
Not only that, I don't want it to be
Wait,
Chip and Dale regular.
right, you want
I
to be
want it to
Chippendale
be Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers
Rangers.
with the meet and greets of all the characters.
Good idea. I got one even better than
And
that.
you can walk through the Chip and Dale Rescue
How about
Ranger
this,
station,
Richard?
the treehouse.
DuckTales.
Hmm?
DuckTales on one
Oh,
side. The
yes.
Beasley
Dun,
Boys
dun,
with
dun,
Mom
dun,
Evil
dun,
on the
and
other side.
duck.
You know, why don't we get a little of that going on there?
Okay, now if you're gonna go towards that,
Now
I
I'm
can
going
think of
that
another
road.
one that was just as popular.
Darkwing Duck, right?
Nope.
Which one?
Tailspin.
Yes, I remember I remember Tailspin a little bit. Yeah.
Oh, I.
What about Recess?
Oh, could you imagine the music in these?
Oh, could you imagine Recess in this one? Where
Not
you have all the kids on one side and Miss Spinster on the other.
nice thinking. Nickelodeon.
No, it's not.
It's not Disney.
Yes, it is Disney. It was on one Saturday morning. I've watched it. It was
I don't
on.
remember Recess as being Disney.
Let me show you. You may get. I'm hoping you get. I'm hoping you don't get. Well, guess what? I'm going to show you. Oh, one second. Hold on. Oh, 1 second. I'm gonna show you the opening credits.
I just ask.
Got it. Are you ready? Hold on. All right. Look. Oh shoot. All right. Are you ready?
Okay, it is Disney. Okay.
Yep.
I guess we could go with that.
Yeah.
Code
You could do one
is
Saturday morning,
that.
but that would be Recess, Pepper Ann. Wait a minute. Who else?
What was
Doug.
that?
Doug was on one Saturday morning. Oh, here we go. I know Doug was Nickelodeon, but then he moved over to Disney.
Yeah, but he was made in Nickelodeon. I don't know.
Ooh, Hunchback of Notre Dame. Now that's a good one.
Hunchback of Notre
That's a
Dame would
good
work.
one.
Oh,
Ooh, the Gargoyles with Frollo.
yes.
Yes.
Now, what if they made the castle from Notre Dame?
You mean Notre Dame? That would be a
Notre Dame
beautiful
itself.
one. Yes. Notre
Why not?
Dame would be beautiful, but remember,
That's based off of a true story and a true place.
yes, yes.
There is a Notre Dame still in France.
Wait a minute. You could go further with that one.
Yeah.
Pocahontas with
Oh,
mhm.
Pocahontas. Well, if you're going to have that, I want a Miku hug meet and greet.
I have met Miko before, and he gives wonderful hugs.
Yes, I want him Miku.
I love Miko. He is so cute.
Miku.
He is cute.
Mulan.
Mulan will be a good one.
It would be fun to have a Mulan land. Why not?
What about What about the
And then I'm gonna start depicting also.
Well, we already have Toy Story Land over in Hollywood Studios.
But we could expand if they're going to already have a Star Wars area.
Yeah.
Why not have a Toy Story area in a hero and villain?
What about a Marvel
area, which you were talking about?
What about
they
a Marvel?
Would need to make the big houses from the original movie.
Up. What about the Up house with the evil guy in Up?
Oh, that would work.
You could do that. You
have his Zamboni, I believe it was, wasn't it, or something like that?
I forget the guy's name in that one.
Yes, the adventurer.
But if you're gonna do Toy Story, which one are you gonna do? 1, 2, 3, or 4? Now, I would.
Now, the Toy Story The Land is not depicted upon any of those movies. It's Andy's backyard.
I know that. But
what if they made? I want Andy's house, and I want it so big you look like you're a toy in it.
Do you want to know something? I want the cones.
Yeah,
and you know where I'm going with
it. They could go really bad with that, though.
I like the cones. You know what I mean, right?
Not only Sid.
Wait a minute.
Why not have the house really large? That is Andy's house.
Yeah.
Has a roller coaster in it and some other interactive material.
Yeah.
Right next to it is Sid's house, and you're able to walk on the crosswalk that has the cones with those guys in it. Walking across.
Wait a minute, Richard. Wait a minute. I got a better idea with that. Okay.
You can have the chicken guy out.
You mean Big Al from Big Al's Toy Barn? Go into the toy store to go upstairs. That's a ride. That's a ride with the elevator.
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about,
and you can have Big Al sitting outside doing his thing.
Yes, with the cones and everything. Wait a minute. What if that's an interactive ride where you're underneath the cones and you're trying to go into the store to go upstairs? Oh, that would be oh my gosh. That would be a great ride. What do you think?
It could be. Maybe have it so it's like virtual reality. Which it could turn into one.
It could work. Trying to think of what other. Well, wait a minute. If we're gonna do Toy Story 3, you're gonna have to do the preschool with this.
So Toy Story 1, they basically already did because they did Andy's backyard. They could still do another Toy Story 1 different area.
Toy Story 2 would be the next one with the cones and the toy store.
Yeah, Toy Story.
Toy Story 3, you could do the preschool.
The preschool.
Toy Story 4, you could do the carnival.
The carnival or the haunted.
Yeah, so it's like with Toy Story, you can basically do 2, 3, or 4.
Or you could also do at the 4th. You could also do the. You're basically walking around what looks to be an RV,
as well as
the one that they use in the movie.
Wait a minute. What if you were in the antique shop?
The antique shop would work.
And you have to get away from Gabby and her head.
Wait a minute.
That would work.
There was a play area right next to that.
Right.
Use that. That would be
That's
That would be
right.
it.
An RV thingy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would work for the kids.
Yep.
Hmm. Trying to think of what else you could do with that.
Okay, what are the heroes and villains? I'm agreeing more on the heroes and villains because it makes it into a bigger land.
It does. It does. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
So
Let me think. Monsters Inc. The Doors. You
Herc
gotta do the Monsters Inc. ride from land to
Hercule
world.
we
You
okay,
have
if you're
to
gonna
do it.
do Monsters Inc.,
You gotta do the Doors.
somewhat true, that would be good and evil. So,
Because you
evil
need
would
Randall
be
in this.
so-called evil would be the where they make you scream.
Yeah,
So that
Randall.
would be
It would be Randall.
Randall and a bunch of other characters, but that's where the
But
doors
you
will
gotta
be
put Boo
also.
in there somewhere.
But then the good side, the
Would be Boo.
good versus evil, the good
Yeah.
side would be the city itself. You get to
Ooh,
go into
Monstropolis. Now that would be
Montropolis.
fun. I'm in.
You get to go into Montropolis
Mm,
itself.
that would be
You
fun.
They would have the restaurant, the spaghetti
The
restaurant.
restaurant they had in the Monsters Inc.
Yep.
where they went on the date. Now
Yep. Yep. Yep.
that
Yep.
would be
Yep.
cool.
I don't remember the name of it.
The
Someone might post it in the comments.
Wait a minute. You could do
I think it was a sushi
Shop.
place.
What about Edna Mode's shop?
So
In
they could do
Incredibles.
Incredibles,
Well, they already do that in the Hollywood studios anyway.
but they could make a land on Incredibles. It wouldn't be that hard.
But which one? There's so many of them. There's 3 of them.
It's 3 of them.
I'm only the first one. Literally all the way through.
I like the idea of doing the 3rd one
Okay.
for the good guys because they
Mhm.
had that house that had the glass windows, and
Yeah.
you remember Dash pushed the button and it opened up the part of the floor made it into like a river kind of thing going through.
Okay. I never seen the movie.
Technology enhanced house.
Muppets.
Oh, I don't know of a bad guy in Muppets.
I do. The Muppet movie. Go with Doc Hopper. The Great Muppet Caper. Nicky. Those are the only 2.
What would be his land?
Let's see. For the Muppet movie.
Yeah.
Ew.
That is what I'm saying. There's
I
no
don't know for Muppets.
I don't know for Muppet. That's the
That's a
cliffhanger
tricky
one.
one.
Unless you want to go towards like
Well,
someone that's more evil-ish, but not
you
really
can't do
evil.
Sesame Street, so that's no good. Let me think. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. What about Muppets Most Wanted?
Could do that, but
That would be good.
most of their movies, it would be hard to do sets.
Okay. Debbie has an idea. Harry J.M. Housen's Monster.
Yes, that is the restaurant we were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Harry James Mouse.
Where they go on the date and stuff,
Yep.
and
Yeah, it was
but who has to be? Wait a minute.
Teriyaki and sushi place, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, or something like that. Wait a minute. You're gonna need 2 things in that. You're gonna need Roz, and you're gonna need Boo, and you're gonna need the 2319 soccer people.
Yep.
Trying to think of where else.
And you would be able to drive around in some of the cars that they had in that movie.
Yeah, that would be fun. I like that. Trying to think of what other. Let me think. What other villains are we missing? Well, wait a minute. What about the Cinderella's house, and you are the mice, and you have to get away from Lucifer?
Could.
That's a ride.
And then on the outside would be the meet and greet for the 3 sisters.
For the stepsisters and the Lady
Stepsisters. And then the good side would be the castle.
Yes, but
I guess.
I don't know.
Cinderella slipper.
I don't know.
Oh, either the castle or it could be the
What about Fantasia with Chernabog on the other side?
It could be. Fantasia would be good. It's gonna be hard to make a Fantasia land though. Good. They hopped around so many places on that one.
That's true. But yes, I do love the mops and the brooms.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Oh,
Aladdin.
wait a minute. I have one that's pretty good.
All right.
Sorcerer's Stone. Sword in a Stone.
Okay.
Have it so Merlin's tower and the
Mhm.
castle is the
Okay.
good side.
Okay.
And on the opposite side, you get to have the
Mhm.
house that was for Madam Mim.
Good choice. How about this one? Aladdin.
Aladdin would be fantastic
You
because
could have the magic
good side
carpet.
would be the castle. The bad
Yes. The
side
other side would be when the Jafar becomes a genie.
could be, or it could also be
Cave
the
of Wonders.
the Cave of Wonders. Yes.
Mm.
Who dare
Disturb my
disturbs
slumber.
my slumber?
Proceed, touch nothing. This is
Yes.
it. This is what we came for. And then Abu sees the jewels. Remember that scene? Wait,
Yes.
now, trying to Earth. Now, the Little Mermaid would be easy
Yeah.
because you'd be able to do Ariel's home, and then you could do Ursula's place,
Yes. Her cave.
her cave.
Now, if we're gonna do
Ursula.
Ursula and we're also gonna do Hercules, I would want them right next to each other
Yeah,
because I'm sorry, but both of them are Greek gods.
true. Let me think. I'm trying to think of other villains that we're missing. Are we missing anybody, guys?
Heroes and villains. So,
Heroes and villains.
another off franchise.
Got any ideas? Because I think we went through most of them.
Avatar
You know what? Avatar wouldn't be that bad.
wouldn't be bad. Good and bad.
Mm.
It would be not be that bad. Hard to make.
Wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. That's not even. It's tough to be a bug.
Tough to be a bug that can bring it back.
Bugs Life.
Oh yes, I would agree to that.
We've already done Toy Story. We've already done Mulan. We've already done. I'm trying
Okay, so
to
the
trying
Star
to go in order here. Let's see. We've already done all the Toy Story franchises. We've done.
they could be really touchy and they could attempt to try to do a Marvel.
That's what I was thinking. I was
They
thinking
could.
more
Disney owns some.
True, and
They
Disneyland
would,
Paris
have to know which one.
has this huge heroes versus villains thing anyway. Wait a minute, Wakanda. That would work.
Wakanda I would want to see Wakanda, by the way.
Wakanda forever. That would work.
Zootopia.
Zootopia. I don't even. Wait a minute. Was that? Yes, there was a villain. It was Nick Wilde.
Nick Wilde.
They're
But
gonna be
good. But it turned into a different villain, which was the sheep.
That's right. Now wait a minute. Utopia
The official
is over
lion.
in Animal Kingdom.
The mayor, but
Zootopia is going to be over in Animal Kingdom, so that's no.
it will. But what if they made more than one? Kind of like they did with Moana.
That's an idea. Trying to think. Who was the evil villain in Moana anyway? I've never watched it, so I have no
So
idea.
I think the evil villain was the island that turned into the fire god.
Now that's interesting. That would be a good thing. Let's see.
You're like, oh.
Let me think.
Here's the cool thing.
What?
But remember, the fire god turned back into the Mother Earth afterwards. What if you made both islands?
Ooh, now that would be an idea. Ooh, what about wait a minute. What about the Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs?
Snow White, Seven
You
Dwarfs.
gotta do it.
Now here's the cool thing. Interesting thing.
Yeah.
Mine Train already has 7 dwarfs.
Right. That's the kicker.
I
know.
It's right next door.
I know. Darn.
What if that was one of the first rides you get to see? Make it so it looks like it's part of the integration of Mine Train.
You're right.
Interesting concept. I would agree with it.
Good concept. Let's think. Let me think. Where else do we go? Let me think. I'm trying to think of every Disney movie I've ever seen and every Disney villain. Let's see. We've already done Lion King, Pocahontas, Mulan.
Goofy movie.
Goofy movie. There you go. Who was the evil
And if
villain?
I'm gonna do Goofy movie, I want one area to be the Powerline concert.
I knew it. Yeah, I knew
Bum,
you wanted that.
bum, ba-dum. Yeah.
I could see. Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah, yeah, you just could see
What
the
about now? Were there any villains in Inside Out 1? I don't think there was.
an Inside Out 1?
Yeah,
Let
I
me
don't
think.
think there was any. No.
Yeah, yes.
Who? Wreck-It Ralph.
The big guy that chased after them.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
What is his name in,
Shoot. What about Wreck-It Ralph? We haven't even touched on that.
well, Ralph Breaks the Internet. That would be fun to try to make into
That
a
would be fun to do Ralph Breaks the Internet. I've seen a little bit of it, but I never watched the whole thing. I saw some of it. Hi, welcome back. The Callie. I'm trying to think of another Disney movie that we haven't thought of. Let's see. We've done Peter Pan, done Beauty and the Beast. We've done Toy Story.
Oh, there was a villain in Inside Out.
Who? Oh.
The clown.
Oh yeah, that's right. The clown.
Clown. I had to think on that one.
He was weird.
Yes, he was.
He was a little creepy anyway.
Ooh. If we do Inside Out,
You have to do Inside Out at this point.
if we do it,
You
what if they made a whole
you're
land?
gonna need the console. You're gonna need the
The land
console
is
anyway.
based
You're gonna
upon
need it.
one of their lands. So Imagination Land.
Wait a minute. Now wait a minute. Wait a minute.
I'm
If
going
you're
there.
doing that, you need to include
Bing Bong
and
himself.
this guy in the picture in the movie.
I would want him to maybe be a. You know what? Oh, I'm going there. I want a second meet and greet area for Figment.
Hallelujah. I'm in.
Magic Kingdom. Yes. Now his house is in Epcot.
Give me Figment's house and I will be there all day long. Leave me alone.
It's at Epcot. If you remember going through the ride, I believe
No, I've been on that ride. I want the house.
at the very end, I believe it's right above, right?
No, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
I have to think.
You go through it and then it's in the middle
Yeah.
before you get to the skunk.
Yeah.
And then the moon is at the end of the ride.
So that's his house.
Mm-hmm.
So it would have to be depicted of something else that. Okay, so it would have to be Imagination Land. And I wanted the street of Imagination Land to look exactly like the one from the movie.
Uh-huh. The picture of him has to be in it.
Yes, and
With
he will be a
Bing
meet
Bong.
and greet, and
With
he will be in the
Bing Bong
picture.
as the meet and greet.
What
with
other
Bing-
imagination characters were there other
Wait a
than
minute.
Inside Out and Figment?
Wait a minute. It was Bing Bong. It was him. Because I can wait a minute.
Imagination.
If you're doing Imagination Land, do you remember what it looked like?
Very little.
Each section?
Some.
Wait a minute. And then, wait a minute. The evil side is when they go down.
Yep.
That's an idea.
It's a thought.
He needs to be in the Heroes versus
Bing
Villains.
Bong as the mayor of
Imagination Land.
Imagination Land.
This guy is vice president.
Oh boy.
What do you think?
He doesn't need a title. He's in Epcot as a main character. Come on.
He is adorable.
He is adorable.
I love him.
But
it's okay.
Oh, wait a minute.
He didn't mean it.
Roger Rabbit. Imagination.
Bingo. Wait a minute.
There's some.
Wait a minute. Yes, there is. Because if you do Doom on the evil side with the shoe, with the dip thing that they did at, I gotta tell you, the guy who played Doom last year that was genius.
All I gotta say is
All you need is Toontown on this side
It's
and
going to be
Zoom on the other.
interesting to see what the
With
evil
the
side
hook.
of this area looks
With
like.
the hook. With
But
Jessica
the
Rabbit.
good
You know what
side,
I'm talking about, right?
the good side is going to have Imagination Land, but in
Mm-hmm.
the corner is going to have a Roger Rabbit ride
Thank you.
from Disneyland.
I'm
Maybe a little
in.
bit altered, but they like to move it over.
That's fine. Give me the ride. I'm
I
good.
love
That's
that
my
ride.
thing.
That is the best ride in Magic Kingdom. I'm sorry,
Can I say
hands down.
that? When I go to
Yeah.
Disneyland, I will be like, get in on my scooter and we're gonna zoom over to Toontown.
Here's the cool thing. I know of a better way to do it.
You do.
Disneyland has 2 entrances.
Take the monorail?
Take the monorail. It comes in the back.
Fine. We get up at 6 a.m. and we
And
wait.
it would be there because that is a quicker route.
Let me ask you this question seriously. Now, in Disneyland, is there a book you can sign when you are the first person to arrive?
I don't remember.
To arrive. Because with Figment, I know that if you ask very nicely, they will let you go behind and sign the book.
Oh, nice.
For Figment. I want to do it. I've never done it.
Oh,
Trying to think of who else.
Man in the Tree. What is that called?
You mean the moon? In Figment?
There was in Disneyland. There's been a known the leprechaun in the tree guy.
Yeah, he's in Adventureland. The guy who lives in the tree. Yes.
What if he stays there, but he's also a meet and greet character that they make?
Why haven't they done that yet?
He would be
Why
just
haven't
about
they
as
done
big
that?
as
They made a book
Figment
all
himself.
about him too. They made a book about him too.
Yep, Golden Book. Yeah,
a golden book.
Yep.
Why haven't they ever made him a character? You know, I've always wondered about that because
I always wondered about that.
I would want to go visit him. And the door is there. The door is there. I know.
It's still there. I've seen it last time I went to Disneyland.
But I don't know if it opens. Does anybody
know? No, that's not supposed to open.
Oh, okay. Just checking. But I would knock on the door to see if he'd come out. Not a bad idea, though, for a character meet and greet.
Yeah.
Did you hear about the one about the Raven in the Haunted Mansion?
So wait a minute, I just thought of something.
Wait a minute. You could do a land devoted.
Silly symphonies.
What?
Silly.
Oh, with the tuba.
Do the tuba.
Yeah.
Do the skeleton dance as the evil side.
Yes. Oh my gosh, I haven't thought of that.
I can see it as a good side too. Yeah, but the skeleton dance with the
orchestra,
greet would be the evil side.
What about a Coco?
So,
hello.
Coco could be pretty
You
cool.
got Coco on one side and you got De La Cruz on the other.
That's right.
He's the evil
you would get to, if that's going to happen, I want you to be able to travel from one to the other using a flower bridge.
Are we missing anybody, guys, with heroes and villains here? Are we missing any movie?
Any Disney movie. It's open range.
Wait a minute, what about the Fox and the Hound?
Fox and the Hound?
Oliver and Company?
That would be interesting to figure out how to do good and evil there. Interesting.
Wait a minute. I know one. Oh, this would be
Lady and the Tramp.
That's a good one. Pinocchio.
Pinocchio.
What about this one? Now I know this one would probably be a lot of controversy. And you know which one I'm talking about. It's one of the most famous scenes that would be very difficult to do. Bambi.
Oh,
and you know which scene I'm talking about. That
It
one.
wouldn't be that hard to make, I guess, if there's a lot of trees.
Yeah, but
Keep the trees there.
but you know where I'm going with this.
How would they depict using the land, though? How do you depict good and evil in Bambi?
Easy. The most famous scene ever.
He doesn't have a land.
He has the thicket
Yes, he does.
and he runs to it.
Yeah, he
That's
does.
the evil part.
I guess so. It's kind of hard to explain that.
Technically, it is the evil part of it because
I guess.
I mean, okay, honestly, guys, what do you guys think? And I'm being serious, okay? Heroes versus villains, okay? How would you do Bambi? How would
I
you really
know
do it?
how I would do Bambi.
Because that is the only scene I can think of for both good and evil. That's the only scene I can think of. Now,
Sleeping Beauty.
that's easy.
It's an easy one.
The cottage
Yep.
with the three fairies, and then on the other side you have Maleficent's castle.
Yep. What about the
That's easy.
what's that queen that turned old when she tried to give the apple? So
That
that's
was the
Snow
evil
White.
queen from Snow White. Yes.
Snow White.
Mm-hmm. You could do that.
Could do her.
I mean, honestly, guys, what do you think about Bambi? Because the only scene
Yeah.
I can think of in Bambi is that one for both good and evil. Now, there is
Ooh,
one other
here's
movie.
a thought. Make that the evil side, and it looks like some of the forest is burned.
Mm-hmm.
But the good side is when they were at the lake that is frozen.
That's an idea.
It's exact opposite.
There is now.
Fire and ice.
There is one other one that
and that is when she first meets Flower.
That's right.
So
Well,
what if Flower was
in the springtime?
Meet and greet.
Give me Flower as a meet and greet.
There you go. Flower and
Mrs. Thumper.
Whoever was wasn't there someone that was dating Flower in the movie?
Mrs. Skunk.
Yeah, Mrs. Skunk.
Mrs. Skunk was there too.
I don't know her name.
Me neither. And Mrs. Thumper's with her.
Both of them as a meet and greet. Have that.
Give it to me.
Have well, they already do it at Christmas time. Why don't we have a Bambi meet and greet?
Yes, I want to meet Mrs. Wait a minute. And the meet and greet with the mice with Cinderella.
Why not?
Now, this is a movie that I
Ratatouille.
Avoid. Ratatouille's a good one. Yeah.
Ratatouille.
Mm-hmm. With the evil chef on the other side.
Yep. What about that newer movie that was the not newest, newer, that was the different weather patterns?
Elemental.
That's
not a bad idea.
Make Elemental land.
Oh yeah. They could do it. Now, there is one movie that we haven't talked about yet, which is Dumbo. The only scene I can think of is the one that is most traumatic for me.
Here's my problem with Dumbo.
When Dumbo's mother goes bananas.
There's already a land devoted to Dumbo, kind of.
What do you think?
Dumbo already has a land.
I know. With Storybook Circus, I know.
Storybook Circus.
Mm.
I don't think they're ever going to change
good.
Yeah. And that's one of the main areas, too.
I know. Well, let's see. Dumbo's no good. Let me think. I'm still working on Bambi.
No? Here. What if they made the Dumbo, but they made it so it's like different parts of the land? So I'm thinking for the good side.
Train.
The train.
Casey
they already got the train, though.
Yeah. Casey Jr., but that's over in Disneyland. That's over in Disneyland. What do you think? I don't know.
Storybook Circus, they already did.
They already have that, though.
Yeah, they already got that.
With the Smell-O-Fence and everything else.
Oh, boy.
Well, since we've pretty much done all of that, Why don't we talk about food?
Here's a different idea.
All right, go for it.
Now, there was different areas that they depicted you
Mm-hmm.
could go to
Yeah.
that were open for Disney to use
Yeah.
using their system.
Mm-hmm.
What if they made Storybook Circus kind of like Harry Potter, where the
Oh,
train
I know what you mean. Yeah.
takes you to a different land?
Here's the kicker. The train goes around the park already.
Yes,
So
but what
how
if
would you even make that possible? Because that's tricky.
under
Hmm.
make it so you would go under with the Casey's
I don't know because
Casey's Jr. and not only under, but then it depicts going a little bit over, and it goes over one of
I
the
know what
waterways
you
too,
mean. Yeah. To take you over to
making
the
a new area.
that makes sense.
Expansion of Villain's Land
That makes sense
or
because
Hero Land. I think
but
that would be more hero.
it would be more Hero Land,
Yeah,
yeah.
would be more
But
hero.
Dumbo has to be a meet and greet too.
But if we're
Now,
gonna have a
mhm,
Dumbo area,
mhm,
if we're gonna have that train,
yeah.
basically a newer version of the Casey's Corner that it's gonna be a
Casey's Corner, that's over on Main Street.
Casey's Corner,
Casey's
uh,
Junior.
Casey's
Casey's Junior.
Junior train.
Train.
What would be on the evil side?
The only thing I can think of would be his mother going nuts. That's the only thing I can think of.
Shoot, but that was in the train.
No,
Are you depicting more than one
that was
train?
outside of the train. I remember correctly. Oh,
Oh
this is
God.
anyway. Can we go on to a happier movie?
Oh, that one's a hard one to figure out the bad
And
side
so is Bambi.
because they already did the
Well, they
the
already
big
did
top.
Storybook Circus
They
already.
already did the big top, yeah.
I've got one that would be a little bit hard too. Her.
Well, Neverland.
Mm-hmm.
So what do I would do with
Which
that?
side would she be on?
So on that one, it
And
would be
which
kind of
movie?
strange. I want this one to be strange because both
Okay.
sides will not be good or evil.
Right. I get it.
One side, which is the evil side, would have probably that would be the side that would have Nana.
The
It would not be the ship. It would be Nana, and it would be in Paris. Big Ben, the tower.
Yes. Big Ben in the Tower with Nana, yes.
And it would also have
It has to be a puppet.
all of the characters that were from that area.
Yeah.
So that is all the kids.
All
That
the
is
kids.
the mom and the dad, and you can meet and greet all of them.
I would go ballistic with Nana.
Counting Nana as a
But Nana has to be a puppet
meeting
though.
character.
But Nana
Yep.
has to be a puppet. I'm not kidding.
Yep, she has a big, huge bonnet, and she's very large, and she hugs you like kind of like Doug.
I'm in, and
She's there.
Me,
And
I'll
then
be like,
the
go
other
away,
side,
people. I'm doing my meet and greet. Goodbye.
the other side would be
I'm like,
the
"Wait a
Neverland.
minute. I know something we could do
So
easily.
Neverland.
Get this. Are you ready for this one? Carousel of Progress. You go
Well,
further into it, and I get to meet Rover. You could. You could do it.
I don't know.
You could. I don't know. I mean, you know.
Carousel of Progress was not made into a movie.
I know that. I wish it was. Believe me. I'm
Well,
still waiting on that movie.
what ride could you make into a good and evil, though? There's your thinking. A ride that has not been made into a movie that could be made into a good and evil.
Everest.
Everest.
Everest is a good one because
Could.
Big Thunder Mountain's another one.
I want Monsters Inc. to be a big one.
Monsters Inc. would be the perfect
Has
one.
to be. Has to be.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And now all of these we were depicting. I finally got to it. All of these we were depicting. They have to be on what the main street. I want to be able to 4 to 5 cars length wide or more.
I agree.
With sidewalks.
Yes.
and every
You're
single
gonna need ramps too. You're gonna need ramps.
and then ramps here and there.
Yeah.
And then also we want every spindle of the so-called flower
Hmm.
circle area
Yeah.
that each one of those is able to be connected to the other
Yes.
one. So
Hmm.
for a very
Yes.
very large parade route,
Yes.
night and daytime.
Hmm.
Another thing we were talking about,
Oh, I know one we can
we
do.
want a two-story club cool with a
Yes.
Starbucks in it,
Hmm. Make it a roastery.
a roastery,
Hmm.
and on the second floor would be club cool itself,
Yeah. Different from the one in Epcot.
bigger than the one in Epcot,
Mm.
bigger. That is
And yes,
fantastic to think about. So we
I
were
already
thinking
know
about
that one in it too,
after
Beverly.
thinking about that, we were
That's
thinking,
a
why
good
don't
one.
they put Club Cool in every single Disney World park?
Yes, and hello to Beverly.
Hello, Beverly's.
I'm in on Beverly.
Well, I am
But
in on what was that? The Chinese
what about
watermelon
this,
flavor.
Richard? Why don't
I
we do
love the
regional?
Chinese watermelon flavor.
How about this, Richard? Regional flavors.
Oh, and
From
then
like
have it so
Southwest
they made
Country.
into slushies, ices,
Yeah.
and ice cream and regular pop.
Yes. Hmm.
All for
Beverly ice cream? Yes,
yes,
please.
please.
Yes,
All of
please.
it.
Give me some Beverly.
Give it.
Mhm. What about this, Richard? A 20-ounce bottle of Beverly.
Oh boy. It's gonna have collector cups when it first
Yeah,
opens.
gotta admit, you know what? The merchandise in there would
The
be great.
merchandise, Beverly Club
A
Cool.
Beverly spirit jersey. Yes,
Yes,
please.
Beverly's will be printed right onto the
Beverly will
spirit
be a
jersey.
t-shirt and a spirit jersey, you name it.
Oh boy.
Now, mind you,
Now, if there was just you would want it Beverly's, but then you could also have Figment right underneath of it. Drinking a Beverly's.
oh, I'm in on Figment drinking Beverly.
There you go.
Mhm.
We're imagining a new spirit jersey line.
How about
Okay.
this, Richard? Wait. How
No,
about
no,
this?
not only this. It's the
Starbucks cards
Beverly's.
around the place.
Okay, it's the Beverly's on the top, and it has one
Yeah.
on the back that has big letters on it. It
Yeah,
has,
like a spirit jersey. Hold on a
and
second.
then what they're gonna do is they're gonna have the bottom on the back and the front have a little bit of an artwork that is gonna be Figment there, but there's also gonna be different ones. I'm
It's like this.
talking,
It's like
I'm
this. It's
talking. You're
like
able to
on the back is
customize.
Beverly.
You're able to customize your spirit jersey
That's it. I'm in. I'm buying.
anytime you want.
I'm buying.
Well, not anytime you want.
buying.
Okay,
I'm
you can buy it, but then
I'm
it
telling
takes
you, I'm
2 to
buying it.
3 days to get to wherever you're at.
I'm buying it.
So,
I
what
know who I'd have
characters
on
do
it.
you think they should
This
allow
cute.
you to use? Number 1, Figment,
This one.
probably Orange Bird,
Orange bird.
and I
Figment,
want
orange
these to
bird.
be
This
different
one.
colors of spirit jerseys you're able to
Oh,
choose.
I'm in on this. I'm
I
telling you,
I
I'm
want
in.
spirit jerseys to be enhanced over here for this. Not only that,
Amen.
I want it to be a printing press. So you're able to see them print your
Oh,
character
that would be.
onto your spirit
That's what I
jersey.
was going to do with this. This was made on a printing press
Yep.
itself.
What
It
if they
was
did that so that's an interactive?
thing being made.
If
It was so
it's an
awesome.
interactive entertainment item. So
Wait
it
a
would be kind of
minute.
like when you make your lightsabers.
Yeah.
Spirit jerseys.
Interactive. I'm in. I'm sorry, but I am in on this.
You have to
100%.
go through a list of different characters. Not only
You
that,
do it like you do it over at DTech when you
the
make
tech.
your phone cases and
Yeah,
stuff.
the tech department,
Mhm.
as they
Do
call it.
the same thing,
Yep.
but what was it?
Spirit jerseys,
T-shirt?
and they come in
Richard,
your size.
Richard, heroes and villains here on the back, and then you can pick which villains or heroes you want on your back
Yep.
and your front, depending.
Yep.
I'm in.
Yeah.
In.
Heroes and villains, all of the heroes and villains depicted in the land
Yes.
will be able to be printed
And I
onto.
know who I would have on mine. This one.
Now, here's the cool thing.
Mm-hmm.
You can have either a print
Oh,
of one character on it, or
I'd be buying multiple spirit jerseys then.
number one, there's 3 options. Number 1,
Mm-hmm.
print of one character on it. Number 2,
Right.
there's print front and back.
Right.
Number 3, all over print.
You know what? I love the all over print.
Number
Now
4,
that's an idea that hasn't been done yet.
interchangeable all over print.
I'm in.
So if it's the interchangeable all over print, each and every character that you place into that kiosk, as they would call it,
Mm-hmm.
each one of those costs a little bit. So
That's
the
fine.
more you put in, the more expensive the spirit
That
is
would
going to
be
be.
me.
I could see you putting in like 30 characters.
Me a lot. And
All
believe me,
over. I'm talking the whole thing. It's your favorite characters all over.
do you realize how much I would put Rover on it?
Oh,
How many Rover?
you would put Nana.
I would put Nana, Pluto, Rover,
Yeah.
Lady. I would
Yeah.
put her on there because with that I'm starting to like her a little bit. I would put Gus,
Yep. Figment.
Tinkerbell, Lotso, Figment, Cogsworth,
Yeah.
the Clock, the Clock,
Yes.
the TikTok, of course, Studio Ghibli characters that I absolutely love and adore.
There is some that are Disney.
All the Duffy characters, especially Gelatoni and Lena Bell, as well as Duffy. Those
And then
3.
also Gus,
Gus,
and
yeah.
Jacques.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I do like Gus more.
I do like the cat from what is that? The cat
Lucifer?
from
Lucifer? Give me
Pocahontas, not Pocahontas.
Miko.
No.
Miko,
he's not a cat.
He's a raccoon.
It's a raccoon.
Miko and Flit, I would put on my spirit jersey, absolutely.
The cat from the guy who extra
Cinderella?
nose. No, the guy who has extra nose.
Pinocchio.
Yeah, the cat from Pinocchio.
Figaro.
That has the fish.
It's Figaro.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't put him on mine. I would have so many characters, guys. Oh my lord, that would literally cost me $1,000 for it.
Yeah,
for one spirit jersey. Welcome back. Welcome back. Now we are talking about the fun part, merchandise. I'm in. Oh, all the plush. All the plush. All the
they do that, but not only do spirit jerseys,
plush T-shirts, spirit jerseys, hats, hoodies, ponchos, you name it. Magic bands.
Not only do they do the artwork of the character, you're able to select autographs from the characters.
Oh, that's it. I'm in.
I want my whole spirit jersey to have autographs of like Donald Duck, Mickey Mouse.
That would be cool.
Oh, different colors too. Different color. You can choose your colors.
I like that. Ooh. Well, wait a minute.
Oh, I'm going full on.
How about this? I have the character on here and then the autograph.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this one, he would be going on.
Yeah.
Definitely. This one would be going on.
Oh, not only that, you're able to make your own onesie.
Oh, I'm in. I'm
done.
Yes, please. Jammies? Oh, yes, please.
Onesies.
Oh, yes, please. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh.
Did you see that they're having a new onesie coming out this year for Christmas?
I haven't seen it yet. The only thing
it's in the merch line.
Wait a minute. The only thing that I've seen so far are the spirit jerseys, the sweatshirts, and the t-shirts. I haven't seen the thing. Send it to me.
It might be somewhere. I don't remember.
I don't know where it is because I don't remember seeing it.
Yeah, I thought it was.
Let me think. Tinkerbell.
I I think I've seen.
I would have Tinkerbell on my list. I would. On the
Mm,
very- Wait a minute. And also with that comes the shoulder pals.
yeah.
Do you realize
People
how heavy my
customize.
shoulders are going to be with all of the pals that I would want from this? I would have Figment,
You know
Cogsworth.
what?
My whole arms would be like, what the heck? And then wait. Would that I get
ears.
the
You would
headband
have a
on there,
metal
the new
band on
one,
your
the
head.
new headband? I would have Lotso, Tigger, Pooh. You know, I'll be like,
Also, there's gonna be also a
one word
section at the shop for a customized ear.
I'm in.
Heroes and villains. So you're able to have a Hades.
Do you realize how many I would make from me alone? I would be making.
You would be able to have Figment and Bing Bong.
I would have definitely Figment and Bing Bong on mine.
Yeah.
I would have Bing Bong on my Spirit jersey too. Let me ask you this question. Now.
Oh, and then I want them to make a Spirit jersey that has all of these wonderful heads are able to be put onto the Spirit jersey. So it has like straps on it.
Yeah. Yeah, I like
and you can,
that.
like, connect them onto your Spirit jersey. I'm sorry, but what doesn't that sound fun?
You imagine the two of us walking down Main Street, USA.
There's like 50 of them on your shirt.
And Gabe would be like, "Oh God, what did I just see?" You know what I mean?
And then if they made that, they could make it so some of your what are those called? Lanyards could be put into them also.
I just saw a Figment lanyard that I want for pins just recently.
There's so many lanyards out there. They've been doing lanyards forever.
Listen.
Disney loves their lanyards.
When we do this, Richard, I mean, you know, if Disney were to do this,
yeah, to
this extent, realize how much of a gold mine this would be. Like literally,
this would be big enough. They would
all the way up around me, all the way down. My headband on, my Spirit jersey on, with the straps, with like everything. Oh my lord! We are so creative today. I'm telling you, Disney.
Oh gosh. Okay.
Watson, make it happen, please.
Yeah.
What do you think? I love the idea.
So, if we're having a flower pattern, we can make it so every single point has a stop.
I love it.
What if we made a train in this new villain's land?
Wait a minute. Make it like wait a minute. Make it like the train outside. Yup. Or like a monorail system.
Monorail system.
Ooh, that'll be
villain cool. System. It needs to be something more villainous, but still creepy.
Wait a minute. Has any villain ever rode anything? Wait a minute.
Yes. Cruella DeVille has her car.
Yes, with the car. Yes, with the car. But which car? The one from the anime movie or the other one? Because the other one from the live action movie is a lot more cooler.
I like the original animated one.
I don't know.
The DeVille.
You could do both.
We could do both. What if they had it kind of like Autotopia, where you get to ride to the next spot yourself?
Oh, that sounds like fun.
And it's different villains and heroes.
There's one little problem with that. I'm in my scooter, so it's like I don't know how I'd be able to do it.
I don't know. But I would meet you there. I'm like, see ya. I'm out. I'm going on to this new Autotopia section.
I'll be like, I will meet you there.
Yes, I'll meet you there. You'll probably be faster than the dang cars.
Wait a minute. A villain's version of Tomorrowland Speedway. Not a bad idea. What do you think?
Yeah. Villain/hero. Yeah. And it connects to all the corners of the flower.
Yes.
And then at the very end, it goes up
stop
over
is
the bridge, over your walkway.
right. That would
It
be
does a whole
fun.
circle.
But the announcement system they would need to use would be the Walt Disney World system.
Yeah.
Mixed in with the New York City system.
Oh boy.
If you know what I mean. The next stop is 50th Street or something like that. You know what I mean?
Maybe they could have shaped vehicles. Okay. Have it so you're able to drive around the
Yeah.
ship from Pirates of the not Pirates of the Caribbean, but
Peter Pan.
Peter Pan, the
Mhm.
Captain Hook's ship. You're able to drive
Mm.
it. You don't know what character's car you're gonna get,
Now that's the neatest thing I've seen. Oh yes, please.
and it goes from one stop to the other. There's about 25 stops.
Make it look like a subway system
Correct.
in Villains Land, but make it different.
But then
You know what I mean?
when it goes into
And you're
Imagination
also
Land,
using the Walt
the
Disney
only
World
way to
Railroad.
the only way
Oh,
to drive into Imagination Land, it looks like you're
mm.
going through that tunnel.
But there's also one other thing you're gonna
You
need
know the
with
tunnel I'm
that.
talking about.
Yeah. I know which one. If I know which park
And
you're
you get to sit in and have the
if you
cab
were thinking of the same thing I'm thinking with the
drives
sound
you around. Done.
what about this, Richard?
People would pay just to go in the cab.
There is one thing that you're gonna need for this, and that is a Walt Disney World Railroad stop. That's the only thing you're gonna need
Yep.
to
I'm
get
thinking
into the back
going
of it.
around. It's gonna be
Right.
hard. I don't
See what I
really
mean?
remember from the map where it's at.
Yeah, so
What is the map saying about the
do you want
how
me to look?
close is the train
I'll look. Hold on a second.
to um
Where do you want to go?
mine train? What
Mine train?
yeah.
All right, hold on.
How close is the train to main train?
Give me 1 second, okay? Wait a minute. Let me see. Walt Disney
No,
World
it's pretty
Railroad
close because
goes. Wait a minute.
you walk underneath the train to
It
get
goes
into
Main Street,
Bayou's Adventure.
USA. Then it goes into the Frontierland near between the Tiana and Big Thunder. Then it goes all the way around until you hit Fantasyland.
Splash
And
Mountain had a stop.
that's where it lets you off.
Didn't
Right
Splash
near
Mountain have a stop?
Dumbo's, right near Dumbo, and then you go underneath Tron back to Main Street, USA.
So, Port Orleans, that is the stop.
Port Orleans? What are you talking about?
Isn't that right next to
Frontierland.
Bayou Adventure? I think there's a train stop there.
Yes, there is.
So, that
Yeah,
would
there
be
is.
the stop that you would go to get to this.
Oh, wait a minute. I see where you're talking about. Oh, yeah, there is a bunch of land over there.
Yep.
As soon as you cross the One River thingy.
Yep.
Nice.
That's the stop you would go to or to get to the train to get to over there.
Right. So what do you think?
It works pretty well.
I'm in
You
on
don't
this.
want to add a stop onto the main train. No.
Right.
It doesn't need it. You just basically go out from there. You have to go to the main hallway, take a left. You're going underneath the bridge. You're at Bayou Adventure right there. You take a right.
Okay. I see what you mean, yeah.
And then the right takes you right to Villain Land.
Honestly, though, I like this idea seriously because it would work.
Yes.
It would totally work.
It would then it would also make it so, here's a thought. Okay. The so-called new Autotopia Land.
Mm-hmm.
The Autotopia new train system, or the system that they have for transportation.
Mm-hmm.
There will be one stop that is not in that park. It will be
Okay.
in the park right next to it,
Uh-huh.
which would
Okay.
mean the Autotopia cars go underneath the main train, go to the main area, make a stop, and then
Hello,
go back
Dave.
through. What do you think of
Hello.
that?
That's an idea
Because
because
that would allow you to
wait
not
a
walk
minute.
into Villain's Land, and you would get to skip over Main Street, basically. Of no, not Main Street, Villain Street, whatever you
Hmm,
want to call that.
we don't know the name of the street yet. We're still
Yeah,
thinking. Hmm.
Villainous Street, Villain's Alley. There we go. I'll make a name for it.
You know what? I still like the city idea because it works.
Yeah,
It
there's so
works.
many ideas we've had.
I
So
know.
thank you guys for watching us.
Thank you.
I think I've
Yeah.
been on long enough.
Yes, 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 yes. I need to go eat anyway in a little bit.
I might need to
Oh,
take
we
a
never
nap
did talk about
soon.
food in the new Villains Park anyway. We never
Oh, restaurants. Oh, I can stay
yeah.
on a little bit for
Yep, me
food.
too. We gotta talk about food. We've already talked about merch in the park.
We talked a little bit about food. We know
Yeah.
one restaurant which is going to be in
Yes.
Metropolis.
Yes. But we're
Um,
also gonna need like
Greek. So,
ooh,
if the
okay,
so-called land is depicted, like for example, if the land is depicted to
for villain.
be part of
Villain,
what's real there,
right.
kind of like Hercules has Greece,
Mhm. Villain's Alley would work too. That's true.
Villain's Alley.
Hmm.
But what if there would be Greek food in Greece?
Not a bad idea.
Different lands would have different foods depending
Cruella
on what they
could
were
come to
representing.
us and say
Pride
like,
Rock and the uh,
oh, what? Oh, for
the
Pride
alley
Rock?
would be more towards African food. I'm
Yes.
sorry, but
Hmm.
yes, they would.
Yes, absolutely.
If there is a land that depicts,
Mhm.
you know what would be a fun one? I
Big
want
Hero
one
6.
that would be depicting, what is
Big
that
Hero.
called?
What about Big Hero 6?
There is a land in Disneyland.
I know San Francisco.
San Francisco.
I want to go there and buy things.
Oh, I can't wait till August.
I
Ooh.
know. I know.
Okay, but what if there was a land depicting oh my gosh, I lost my train of thought.
Oops, which all right,
What hold on a minute, peoples. My train
give
is
me the
derailed off my
movie.
brain.
Give me the movie and I can tell you.
Why should you worry? Why should you cry?
Oliver and Company.
Oliver and Company. Make a
New
New
York
York
City.
themed land.
Oh, let me tell you something. If they're doing New York
Central
City, let me tell
Park.
you, you're gonna need the Empire State Building. You're gonna need Times Square. You're gonna need the New York City subway. No joke.
No.
New York style pizza. Yes, please.
Little New York, they'll call it. But
Little
still,
Italy, you could do it. Yeah,
little New York.
yeah, I like
And
that.
then have like some of the areas that you know and love from New York
Yes.
as
Greenwich
either
Village would be a good one.
or you could maybe they could have it as a background image, kind of like they do
Yeah.
in Toontown.
Then it would be like Vegas. No, it would not. New York City is a
But
thing.
then have it so the New York so-called land
Yeah.
for that land, you're able to meet and greet all the characters from that movie.
Oliver and Company.
Oliver
The
and
Aristocats. We never talked about them either.
okay, Oliver and Company mixed with the Aristocats.
Ooh, good idea. You could do a mixture of both.
Mixture of both.
Oh, that's fine.
Good and evil. Why not have it light and dark? Aristocats will be able to be light.
Dave has a really good idea. Need like Tron Computer Land. Now that's a land.
That'd be pretty cool.
That's
That'd
a
be
land.
different.
You could do something with that.
Yeah. And then we didn't even think about talking about this, and I was just about to end the stream.
Go ahead.
We were considering, and we have now agreed on having this as a nighttime park.
Yes.
That blows it out of the water.
Wait. As in adults only.
Adults only after 10 o'clock p.m., please.
Which means it would be open all night long
So
from
it
10
opens
p.m.
from,
until 5
let's say it
a.m.
opens from like 2 o'clock
2
to
p.m. until
2
like
o'clock
5
to 10
a.m.,
o'clock
right?
is when the kids can
Yes.
be there.
Yes. But
After,
then once
after
10
10
o'clock
o'clock or
shows up,
10:30,
bye-bye. Yep.
bye-bye for one. Number two, it's
Number 2
open
is
until
adults
about,
only.
it's open
We
till
already have
about,
a name for it, actually.
yeah. That's
Are you ready for this?
open until about 5 or 6 a.m., I'm thinking.
Oh, I want to tell them the name that you and I came up with for this. Now, for the adults only section, welcome to Villainous Pleasure Island.
They're bringing him back.
What do you think? We bring back Pleasure Island as an adults only theme park with
And
all of the
it is
Disney
only
toys and
called
stuff. What do you
Villain's
think?
Pleasure. It's only called Villain's Pleasure Island after
After
10
10 o'clock.
o'clock.
Before
Before 10
10, it
o'clock,
would
it
be
is
Village,
still counted as Villain's
but
Land.
after 10 o'clock,
Villain's Pleasure Island.
Villainous Pleasure Island, because when we were thinking this, we thought, well, my
They-
thing was like,
They
why don't we
tapped to
put it on
market
Pleasure Island?
when they were doing that.
Yeah.
Because it was something that they needed to do because it was late night.
Yeah,
No one
yeah.
had anything for late night.
Correct.
Because they still don't.
They don't. And believe me, the adults need time for themselves to be around other adults.
Yes.
For the ones who have kids, I get it. But
Here's
the
the
they
thing,
need
though.
their
We didn't
own
think
time
about
to
this
have
at that
other
point.
adults
We didn't
and
think
not
about
have to worry
this
about
at
the
that
kids.
point, but we're gonna have to create
Yes.
different spas around the park that are only open after hours.
Yes. And we're gonna spa. Wait
Spas.
a minute.
I'm going
Spas.
full on out. I
Easy.
want you to get
I'm in.
pampered when you go to this land.
Wait a minute. Read Jonathan's comment now. Mind you,
Oh gosh.
you want to go that far? I can go even
Oh
further.
my.
I can go seriously.
I'm ending this
further
stream.
than that in a way you guys would be shocked to see me in. Like,
Okay, but then
I can't even show you
since it
what's on
is
the other side of this
open,
wall.
since we're thinking it's open around 2,
Yeah.
what if they
I love it.
allowed
Wait a minute.
what
With this villainous Pleasure Island, both Richard and I thought of one event that would be absolutely perfect for this. Are you ready? A full-fledged Pride Parade in June. To do it the way that they do it in Disneyland, do it in Villainous Pleasure Island. A full-blown a full-done Pride Parade. Literally.
Here's the cool thing.
I love it.
We're talking about it,
Mm-hmm.
and I want it since
Mm-hmm.
it closes down at 6 or 8. I'm thinking 6.
I would say 6 because then they would have time to get it ready for the adult guests.
Then at 8 o'clock,
Mm-hmm.
if you prove that you
are 21 and up,
not only that, but if you prove you have the ticket for the morning show,
yes,
you're able to stay the 2 extra hours
yes,
in the park
mm-hmm.
for
Right.
the event that starts at 8 o'clock and all the way to 2 o'clock
a.m. Mm-hmm.
2 o'clock p.m. to 8 o'clock a.m.
Believe me, you don't want to know.
There's no after hours.
That's right.
It is it's before they open.
Right.
Is when the most of the events are going to be happening.
Right. Yes. So it would be basically like the way that Disney does it for land.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe enhanced
That's
on
what
that
I mean.
part, but
that's what I mean. But it's like,
there won't be, Jonathan, there's going to be no nudity.
It won't be like the New York City.
There won't be no nudity.
But it'll be
come on.
a very slimmed down version. I mean, listen, Richard, The New York City Pride Parade.
Jonathan's really putting on a show tonight.
Like there's more to Jonathan than meets the eye here.
Oh my.
And if I were to grab something over there,
oh boy,
he'd be like, "Holy moly!" And believe me, I can't do it. But believe me, But never mind. But anyway, I get the point.
Let's not go there.
We are not going there. But seriously, oh my lord,
our stream took a very dark turn.
If I were to go over there and get the item, which
okay.
I'm not going to get said item.
So, what if they did? Yeah.
Why of it? That's the point, Jonathan. Yep. This part.
Alcohol. And number two
thing. Have to be 21 and up, actually.
And number two thing. People that are adults would want to have areas or times that there will be no kids.
Right. 0 kids will be allowed in the park. Now, the only issue with this would be where do the 18, 19, and 20-year-olds? That's what the little kicker is with this. But with the alcohol, it can be, well...
No.
How many times have we seen parents at
No. Here's the thing.
Want to
not for pleasure. Villainous Pleasure Island.
Villainous Pleasure Island, yeah.
But if you think about it, we need to figure out a way,
right,
that Disney helps people out by dropping off. So they use the Mickey van service. And if you buy a ticket to the next day that is a pre-ticket that starts at 8 a.m.,
well,
they will take your kid in a Mickey van, pick them up at a certain time,
right? Drop
from
them
any hotel that is Disney,
any resort,
any of the hotel resorts,
with the parents' permission, of course,
and they will take them to that event.
Yeah.
Because you paid for that event. So they will help you out by using a minivan service.
Absolutely.
So that's the only thing I was thinking of. I was like, they don't do that, but they can do that.
They can, because
they can.
But
yes, alcohol sections. But okay, Jonathan, I think the way that we're talking, the way that we're talking, there's also going to be, I'm sorry to admit it, but Disney might be diving into something on the line of gambling also. I'm thinking a small casino.
Really? I never heard anything of that nature yet.
But what if they made a villain's casino?
I didn't think
we're diving deep into it. But,
I don't know.
Put it so it's 18 and older, because we want the
actually for gambling in New Jersey, it is 21 and up.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying 18 to 21. So it could be 21 and up.
Yeah, see, that's why I wanted 21 and up.
I agree with you on the alcohol sections, but we want adults to feel like they don't have to.
They don't have to worry about
with the kids at those times.
Right.
Also, being able to see and meet other families, knowing that there's no kids with them.
Right, exactly. They can actually be
interactive
to
other families. You can officially talk to another family without having to worry about a kid being there.
You know what, Jonathan? You do bring up a good point about that, and that's what I'm worried about with
that.
So
it's not really their branding, but
but how more adult can.
But Pleasure Island was not either when it was first made.
It wasn't. It had when Pleasure Island
it was a tapped area that was
nightclubs. They had a lot.
They had a disco. They had disco dance.
They had the disco ball going.
They had a disco ball going.
They had everything. I mean,
I would like to almost have that same aesthetic. Weirdly,
I do because and yes, they would have non-alcoholic as well. for
Yes,
those
but
who
they
do
would
not
have
like
also
alcohol,
have the option of
like people
alcoholic
like me.
beverages.
But honestly, though, I like this idea because the adults can actually be adults and not worry about anything.
Yeah, no kids allowed.
No kid,
After
zero.
10 o'clock, you're good.
After 10, you're good. They close by 2.
Eh
You go back to the resort, you sleep for like 4 hours, and then you wake up, and then you go
Oh
to
gosh,
Crystal
good
Palace
luck
for breakfast. You know
if
what
you
I mean?
have one of the
Mm,
oh, think of it this way.
mm,
Okay, so the way we're thinking of this,
mhm.
if
And this
you
is an idea, mind you.
let's say you parked up from Epcot to
And
here.
then yeah, mhm.
So you left Epcot around 1,
1 o'clock.
12:30,
Yeah,
12:30, 1 o'clock. You
yeah.
ate lunch at Epcot, you got to see a little experience of Epcot.
Yep.
You went over to
The Villain's Park
Villain's Land,
as a park hop.
and then you still are with your kids, and you
Right,
got to experience a little bit of Villain's Land
right.
with your kids,
Exactly.
going through some of those rides
Yep.
that are new,
Mhm. Yep.
new
All the rides
merchandise,
will be open.
new things, new
Right.
restaurant maybe, dinner time,
Mhm.
6:30. What
6,
you know, there's gonna be
6:37, yeah.
reservation
Mhm.
places.
Right.
Don't worry.
But
Then
then as
at
soon as
10 o'clock, after your so-called nighttime spectacular parade,
yes.
you will get to have the kids. They will be picked up from Villain's Land. You don't have to
Mhm.
drive them or take them to the hotel.
Correct. They would do
They
it
will be picked
safely.
up with a so-called
Mhm.
Mickey van service,
Yes.
along with anyone that wants to go with them to the hotel because 'cause they're super
Yes.
tired. Good luck for you.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And then you get to spend the time, there's gonna be this is gonna be funny thinking about it, but I'm picturing after 10 o'clock, there's gonna be 2 to 3 places that are gonna have sleeping spots.
You know what? I like that idea.
People are gonna be
Oh,
exhausted after that
oh,
long
I
trip.
see what you're thinking. You're thinking of like oh, you're
You
thinking of
won't
the
have to go to your
single trip.
hotel. You
Mhm.
rent out a pod,
Yes, you get a pod and you
a
sleep.
Disney pod. They have Disney pods
Mhm.
after 10 o'clock at this
Yes, and you can sleep a
Villainous
little bit.
Pleasure Island, and then
There's
you
nothing
wake up
better
after
than
the pod.
easy. Oh,
You
yeah.
wake up after the pod, and you are able to stay there until about 6 a.m. Here's the fun part.
That's the fun part. You get to
You
cook
already
yourself.
have a pre-screened, um,
Yes.
pre uh,
Yes.
pre-one for the next day. That
Mhm.
means that you can stay all
In
the
the park.
way from 10 o'clock to 2 p.m.
Yeah.
in one park
Mhm.
because you have that pre-one
Correct.
for the next day. You have to make sure it's for the
Mhm.
next day. You can
Yes.
stay the 2 extra hours that they're
Mhm.
that's they don't
Yeah.
maybe they should not allow you to walk around, but maybe
Maybe
if you're
not
gonna stay in your
because
pod,
they still have to clean the park and
they still
everything,
have to
and
clean the park, but it's only 2 hours. Maybe they should make it 3.
I would say at least 2 because
Maybe 3 because
maybe 3.
maybe 3.
I don't know because here's the thing: if you're gonna be up all night, ready to rope drop,
Oh my
Crystal
gosh.
Palace at breakfast, I mean,
So
come on.
basically, you can be in a park with this system
Uh
from
huh.
8 o'clock until 2 p.m. the next day.
Hmm. What do you think? I honestly, Richard, this is a great idea,
I had to speak it
and
so people understood it.
yeah. So on that note, I need to go eat dinner anyway. I do.
Yeah,
But I love this idea. I really do because
it's different.
it is very different. And to be honest with you, these parents are exhausted.
Yeah.
And I mean totally exhausted. And believe me, I have seen it. And why not give the adults a little bit of a break to where they can be adults.
Yep.
Talk,
You would
talk
have
about
on these
adult
option
things.
you could have the option of two things.
Mm-hmm.
So what I was thinking of is they will give you the option for the event that you pick.
Right.
Do you want it to be combined with the day before?
Mm-hmm. What do you want to do
Or
the day after?
the day of?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Here's the cool thing is, there could be two. So you could have a day of, you're getting there at 8 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
You're spending the whole day there.
Yep.
You're spending the whole night there. And then you have the day after. Also, that means that you have an 8 a.m. to a 2 p.m. at one park.
Yep. What do you guys think of
2 to 3 of those hours, they will require you to either stay in a restaurant.
Correct.
Or stay in a pod. So they'll let you sleep during that time.
I like the pod.
Or spa.
I honestly like the pods because you can actually sleep. And it's quiet and there's no noise.
I stayed up for about 3 days without sleep.
I'm in with
But still. Yeah, we're bringing back Pleasure Island.
I love it.
So, we went away from the restaurants, but we also kind of know they'll theme the restaurants to whatever the land is, which is going to be interesting because they have that for some of them already. So I'd love to see what they do with that.
They need this badly, and believe me,
this is big enough. This is bigger.
This is way bigger than what we originally
Universal's nice epic universe. So
this is something that's never been done before either.
No,
I mean it has been done before.
This is more so
like this. But what do you guys think, honestly? Because this to me would be a good thing, especially for.
Oh, here's the cool thing.
Adults only.
If they're going to have on some of these, let's dive into a little bit of, hey, they have walking tours around this park because most parks have them.
Of course.
Why wouldn't they have it so an Imagineer themselves walk you around?
Oh, I'm in.
To different parts of the Villain Land and explain.
I love it. That would be ideal.
Simple. Imagineer that has done movies.
Absolutely.
Now, here's the cool thing is they have different price ranges for how popular your Imagineer is going to be. Could you imagine like a Josh Gad? I want him to
can you imagine the line
celebrity as a walk around tour guide? You know what? He's like second or third on the top of my list for who I'd want as a Disney Imagineer tour guide.
Absolutely.
Number 1 spot, Steve Martin.
An idea.
Really high on the list.
I can think of another one.
Steve Martin started out as a Disney. I think he was I think he worked in the popcorn shop in Disneyland at one time. It was one of his first jobs ever.
I honestly just thought of another one.
Josh Gad. Oh, he would be one of the more funnier ones. I would love Josh Gad.
You want to know who I would want personally?
I would record the whole thing.
Do you want to know who I would want? Who I would want? Seriously?
No, not only that. They go on the rides with you.
Oh, I'm in on that.
And top at the end of that, every single ride has a photo pass system.
Oh, man.
And they give you a free photo pass if you go through one of their tours. All the photos.
What about this? Jim Cummings.
I
would listen.
Bob Gurr.
Amen.
There is some names out there.
What about Josh D'Amaro himself?
No, that would be interesting.
Josh D'Amaro.
Well, sure.
Bob Iger,
but that takes away from what he's supposed to be doing.
I know. Hey, Just a thought.
Oh gosh.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, we could come up with so much stuff. Oh my gosh. I mean,
Maybe what is that guy that did
oh,
Winnie the Pooh sound? Winnie the Pooh voice.
Jim Cummings. That's
Oh,
who it
that's
is.
Jim Cummings. Sorry, yeah.
I love
Jim
it.
Cummings. He would be funny. I would like to see him.
Absolutely. He's
I would love
wonderful.
to see him. Okay.
So,
I'm ending right exactly at 2 hours long.
all right. And I need to
yeah.
go eat anyway. So that is our idea, guys. So what do you think? Honestly.
About some of the characters, write it with you. I would love it.
Amen.
Oh.
Amen. Bring that back.
Not only do they have a Disney Imagineer section, you can choose Goofy or Max or
You would choose
Figment
in a heartbeat if I know you.
or Figment to be your tour guide for Villainous Land.
I would pick Figment.
Figment, Cogsworth, Nana.
I don't know who
Nana
I
doesn't
pick.
speak. It has to be a speakable character.
Cogsworth. It would either have to be. Listen. It would either have to be.
Oh, Lonzo would be a good one.
Him,
or Buzz Lightyear. Wouldn't that be fun? I'd like to see Buzz Lightyear. But yes, they go around with you to all the rides you want to go to. And they go on the rides with you.
But that's okay.
So you would get to ride right next to Figment.
I'd die.
Going on some of those rides.
I'd die. I'll be like, I would be all Figment out. Believe me, the ears.
Oh my gosh.
Shirt, the spirit jet. Oh yeah.
Can you imagine me doing this with Goofy?
You and
Max. But
you
preferably
Goofy
Goofy.
And me and Figment in the same ride.
And then get them really confused. I would do one for myself, then I would do one for my sister. So my sister's favorite character is Megara. I would find and book a Megara one.
That's a good one.
And then it would be really confusing because I would do a Megara as my guide, but we're meeting Hades.
You're good. Now me,
Emergence.
If it was Cogsworth, I would be like, I'd be shocked as anything.
They did the castle, but they could do different lands for Beauty and the Beast.
They could do the fight scene on the stairs.
Yes.
And stay out. I love that line from Cogsworth.
Oh, they can make it so you're the same height as the characters when they were on the table and they do that scene. Eat the great stuff. It's delicious. Don't ask us.
Don't believe me.
We're ending this a little after 2 hours long.
Stuck in the Jello mold.
I'm sorry, but this was a fun stream to go on.
I mean,
we dived into it more than I thought we were going to. So
did I.
We thought of new things.
We did.
Any character that you want, you can book to be your guide to this land.
Thank you, Debbie.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. What if we were to get everybody?
That would be
hilarious.
Could you imagine a Pete McDevitt give the kids the world?
Could you imagine all of us in this park?
It would pan to like 20 different screens of us.
It would be you, me, Debbie, Jennifer Caruso, Kelly. I mean, everybody within the Disney community. Oh my Lord.
And then everyone would have their own tour guide, which would be Tinkerbell, Mulan, Peter Pan.
Yes.
Nana. She doesn't speak.
That would be fun.
Yes.
That would be so much fun. Oh my goodness. That would be like so much fun.
Yeah.
But yes, we would need to get Dave into a Starbucks.
Oh boy.
Most definitely.
Well, he might go into that Starbucks just so he can go upstairs and get to the
See?
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. He
Mhm.
can get to the club cool. Yeah.
Uh-huh. And he also has Beverly.
Yep. Hey, we were talking about how long you could stay at this park. Could you imagine how
Could
long
you
we could
imagine all of us?
stream
Oh
at
my god,
this
this would be
park?
great. This would be good. Could you imagine all of us? Oh my
3
goodness.
days straight without sleep? I'm game. Let's do this.
Could you imagine all of us doing this? Oh my goodness. This would be like the ultimate to
This
see.
would be the biggest
This
give the
would be some
kids
of the
the world
biggest and the
anyone
funniest
has
and the
ever seen.
greatest trip of my life. It would be.
Anyone has ever seen.
Oh my gosh. Could you imagine all of us getting
Now,
together?
if I'm gonna do this, I want a mixture of some of the streamers doing it with
Could
like
you imagine all of us? Oh my goodness.
some with characters,
Yes.
but also some of them, when you pan to them, are taking the tour with a very expensive
Oh,
Imagineer.
oh, that would be. Oh my god.
And back and
Could
forth.
you imagine all of us doing this?
All of us
And
doing this.
oh my gosh, could you? Oh my gosh, some of the. Oh my lord.
I
Oh my goodness.
cannot
This
believe I'm saying this, but this would be huge.
this would be so much fun, and
I can't
I would
imagine
be able to
it's gonna
see
be so good.
everybody. Pete,
I
Molly,
would not
Debbie,
I
Dave,
would not put
and
it past
Bubba,
them that we'd be
all
able
of us. Could
to
you imagine?
that we would be able to
This would
give
be
the
the
kids the
ultimate
world.
trip
We'd
for me.
probably be able to get probably about 10 to 12,000,
This would be the ultimate trip.
30,000
Could
going up.
could you imagine all of
Million,
us? Could
million
you?
dollars just towards give the kids the world,
You
anyone?
know what? That would be a great idea. You know what? Speaking of that, that would be the ultimate stream for Give Kids the World. Absolutely.
It would.
It
It would be
would. It
so good.
really would.
Oh,
If
I
we were
would
all
do
to
it.
do it.
I would do it on opening night.
Oh, I would too. I would be like,
Opening night, and not only that, but opening night
nobody. Oh my lord! Could you imagine
with
that podcast?
the guides. Oh
Could
gosh.
you imagine this for
Dave,
us?
I'm
I mean,
inviting you to come do this
seriously,
with us if this happens.
it would be really, really fun because we would be able
Yeah.
to see everybody. Like for me, because
You know
me
what?
and you,
Dave wouldn't I know Dave himself. He would not choose a character.
I know
He would choose
Debbie
the
would.
Imagineer, which is could be better.
Debbie would pick. I think. I would say.
Oh, Surfer Girl could have Stitch take her
Yes,
around.
yes, she could.
Yes. He would cause trouble all over.
Yes,
Perfect.
yes. Let's see, Debbie.
Oh gosh.
Oh my gosh, this would be fun. All of the. Oh my gosh, I can actually vision this. I really can.
I could see us doing a Dumbo. One of us
Busy?
could get a
Why would you say
Dumbo
you're
character.
busy?
Yeah.
This would be like the ultimate trip.
Yeah. Now, Dave,
You
I'm
know,
letting you choose any Imagineer that is still
anybody.
alive.
Oh my gosh,
Bob Gurr.
you know who I would pick, believe it or not?
Figment.
Actually,
You're just like,
I would pick Figment.
no. You would pick the director of Beauty and the Beast original as
Actually,
the
no.
Imagineer.
Actually, no. The Imagineer I would want would be the one who drew Cogsworth.
Now, who would I pick?
But actually, I already know somebody.
Dick Van Dyke. As
Go for it.
the tour guide.
Oh, man, could you imagine that?
Oh, we're going all out. And he's going to be
And
on the
could
street
you
with us.
imagine us doing Step in Time?
Could you imagine me going on a ride that is like a drop ride, like pull a load of our crunk with
Yzma
Dick
herself.
Van Dyke beside me?
Oh my lord. Honestly, Richard, I could see this.
Oh gosh, I'm seeing it.
Why? It would be fun. We could drive you crazy.
Yes, we're
In
here to drive you
person.
crazy. Okay. I'm gonna end with
Anyway,
that. I'm gonna go with Dick Van Dyke. He topples Goofy and Max. I'm sorry.
now wait a minute. That's saying something right there.
Of
You
course.
love Goofy and Max.
Oh yeah. I love Dick Van Dyke that much more.
I know. Everybody does.
Yes, Dick Van Dyke all the way.
Of course.
Or Josh Gad. Josh Gad would be
This is a
super
good one.
funny.
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh. Me with the Olaf. Yes.
Oh.
Who?
And now picturing Josh Gad with me on that Autotopia car.
Who's driving?
That's a good question.
Who's driving?
Yes.
Are you sure, Dave? Because we could still. Oh my gosh! We would drive.
Don't worry, Dave. I would go with you. I would go with you to any place in the world on a cruise line afterwards. So, any place in the world. Antarctica. It sounds pretty fun.
I know where I would go. You want to know where?
Yeah.
Take a guess.
New York.
It only takes me 30 minutes to get in New York. Try again.
Oh god.
Give you a clue. It's a place that I've never been and that I've always wanted to go to.
Paris.
Actually, believe it or not, that's not it.
I know you want to go towards Paris, though.
No, I do not. I actually want to go to Tokyo.
Tokyo.
And buy the merch. And I mean buy the merch.
Yeah.
And I get the cruise, the fly and dog sled in the middle of
nowhere. Yeah.
What do you mean I'm silly?
We are silly.
Hey, there you go, Jonathan. Very good. Yeah.
Yes, we already talked about that.
Hey,
there's going to be a new Starbucks with the Club Cool.
You can go to the Starbucks in Antarctica.
There you go.
There we go. New Starbucks location. I love it. Hey.
The only way to get to it is with a dog sled.
Not a bad plan, but you have to watch out for polar bears.
There is more than Antarctica than people think. Yeah.
And penguins.
Anyway, I'm gonna close this up because I got over the 2-hour mark.
Yeah, and
I'm getting tired. Everyone have a great day.
Rude.
Thank you for being.
Not you. What Dave just said. Yeah. Bye, guys.
Oh gosh.
Whatever. It is, and that's why I want to go because they have stuff we don't.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
I'm heading out.
Awesome day today.
Guys.